Hey, before we get to the video, into the predictions, I got a couple things I want to talk to you guys about or say to you guys. Um, yeah, firstly, it's a task for you guys or a couple tasks that ultimately I think you guys will be interested in doing anyway. So for this video right here, get this video to 100 likes. Like the video you are watching right now, hit the like button down below. Get this to 100 likes, and I'll drop a parlay in the next full card prediction video. But that's not it. I'm gonna be doing this throughout the year, probably card after card. I'm probably gonna raise the bar, the goal every single week, or maybe every other week, or every other month, or something like that. But yeah, if you guys can reach the like goal I say, then I'll drop a parlay on the following full card prediction video. But again, that's not it. Then there's still a short going around on my page where I said if you guys get this short to 500 likes, I'll drop a parlay. So that's probably not gonna hit for this coming weekend, but or yeah, that's probably not gonna hit. You know, by the time you guys are seeing this video, probably not. But if y'all can get that to 500 likes, I'll drop a parlay. And if that gets nowhere near close to 500 likes, I'll probably just drop another short and maybe lower the bar just a little bit, maybe half of that, or maybe to 100, maybe to 150, maybe 200, whatever the case may be. And if you guys can get that to the goal, then I'll drop another parlay. So it'll be 2 different parlays or 3 different parlays, however many parlays I'll put out there. But I'm not going to have goals like multiple different videos and drop the same exact parlay for the different things. So for the short, it's going to be a different parlay. For the full card prediction video, it's a different parlay. So you get it, it's still 100 likes, that's a different parlay. You get that short to 500 likes, that's a different parlay. If I drop another short, and again, I say get it to 200 likes, that's a different parlay. And then another thing I'll be doing very soon is, you know, you guys go follow me on TikTok. Same exact name is on here. Maybe I'll drop a link in the comment section below. But yeah, same exact name is on here. Follow me on TikTok. I only got like 30, 40, 50. Yeah, I only got like 50 followers on there. Follow me on TikTok. That's all you got to do. Well, that's half of what you got to do. Follow me on TikTok. I'm probably going to drop a TikTok video and it's saying like, get this video to, I'm not going to say get it to a certain amount of likes. I'm going to say follow me. That's the most important thing. Follow me. And then in the video, just comment like parlay in the comment section, and then I'll DM you another parlay. So again, this support, like you guys want to support, you say you want to support, you say you support me. The like button's free. Hit the like button. It's like 6,000 of y'all. There's no reason y'all shouldn't be able to hit 100, 200 or whatever. Should be easy like that. Those probably gonna get like 400, 500 views. So if it's getting 500 views, that means like what, 400 people that's not hitting the like button. So I know we at least gonna get like 400, 500 views on this video. So yeah, you guys support like y'all say y'all support. It's simple. It's just hitting the follow button, hitting the like. Don't be stingy. Y'all follow all these other people. So y'all support me so much. Hit the like button, hit the follow button. Follow me on TikTok. And also, I want to drop more stuff on TikTok as well, but I got to get some followers up on there. Get some views up on there. So follow me on TikTok. And then, I'll be dropping a parlay or video, then parlay, however, whatever order it may be. Following that. Or however that might, the cards might stack, or however the events, the line of events might go. But yeah, I'm be dropping parlays everywhere. But again, just hit the goals I'm saying. So for this video, again, get this video to 100 likes, and I'll drop a parlay. Find that short and get it to 500 likes. That's another parlay. Probably drop another short for like 200. Get that to 200. You get another parlay. And then TikTok, follow me. I'll probably gonna drop a video, and then in the comment section of that video. And then in the video itself, I'm telling you like whatever word, code, like keyword you gotta say, and then I'll DM you another parlay. So there's gonna be a bunch of parlays, bunch of money to be made, and it's really gonna cost you nothing. And another thing, if you guys don't really want to, you know, aren't the clicky people, y'all don't like following us, don't like downloading us, don't like doing this and that's for like too much of task for y'all, and y'all got money, which a lot of y'all do, because y'all be betting like 10 million on minus 500 fighters just straight up, like so. If y'all got bankroll like that, money like that, yeah, I'll drop a parlay every now and then on the tier 1 of my YouTube subscription. Like I drop a parlay every now and then on there, which I have already dropped a parlay on there. So if y'all want to just pay to $5.99, you could see the parlay that would have been, well, is for the 500 likes. So it's already there, it's already posted, but it's not to you guys because y'all didn't get it to 500 likes. But y'all just gonna pay that $5.99 and just skip past that. The parlay is already there in my tier 1 membership on YouTube. in it on my. And if you wanted to see all my bets, again, all my bets for a lifetime. Currently, the price of it is $100, one-time fee, and you get my bets for a lifetime. I'm probably going to limit that down to maybe like 10 more people, maybe 20 more people, because lifetime is crazy. Like I said, I'm beyond the point where I should be having lifetime. But yeah, if y'all want to pay that one-time fee of $100, last year was $50, but you guys missed out. Now it's $20.25. I'm doubling it to $100. And yeah, if y'all want to pay that one-time fee of $100, you will have access to my bets, all of them, as soon as I make them for a lifetime. And again, that's probably going to be limited to about maybe 10, 20 more people. And probably no more than 20. Probably going to be like 10 or 15, maybe 12. But yeah, no more than 20. I think that's where I'm going to cut off the lifetime at about 20 more people. I think I got like 10 people, 12 people. So 20 more people, I like 32 people. I think my original goal was like 50, but it's no need for that. I could just do monthly. So again, you can always pay and jump the line. You don't have to do this and do that. But if you guys don't want to pay nothing, just hit those like goals and get those parlays out there to the public. And last but not least on this intro, whenever, like, I'll post all the predictions I have, in these full card prediction videos, but these cards are always subject to injuries, subject to fight changes, so be on the lookout in the description below and in the comment section below for me to drop, these little individual videos for those fights that have changed. So if you don't see a fight, in this video here, because the fight might have fallen out, look in the comment section, look in the description, and I will have, posted them well before the fight, before the time of the card. So they'll be there. Maybe not the day of, but they'll be there. So be on the lookout. And you can always message me like, where is this, where is that? And I'll send you a link. But if you just want to, do it yourself, it's right there for you in the description and in the comments. So I make predictions for every single UFC fight. So there's not going to be a case where I'm not predicting the UFC fight in the near future. Maybe in the distant future, I'm not going to predict every single UFC fight. But in the near future, I'm definitely still predicting every single UFC fight. So, again, in this video, comment section below, description, I will have a link to a video of me predicting the fights that, got changed. So, be on the lookout for that. And, yeah, now we can get to the video. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another UFC fight prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the full card of fights for UFC 311, Makhachev versus Tsarukyan 2. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into our first fight on the card. So let me scroll down to the first fight on the card. So in our first fight, we have in the flyweight division, we got Ulanbekov versus Carpenter. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'll go low. I ain't gonna be all crazy about Ulanbekov like he this and that. He's good, but he not got all that. I'll go low confidence Ulanbekov to beat Clayton Carpenter. I feel like Ulanbekov, he has had like a long layoff. I don't know where his mental is at. If he's mentally weak, mentally strong, whatever has he been putting the work in. Seems like he's been in the gym and they've been on top of him to stay in shape and stay locked in. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to Ulanbekov low confidence to beat Clayton Carpenter. This is definitely going to be more of a measuring fight for me instead of a fight for me to go all in on, if anything. But, yeah. I feel like Ulanbekov is the better striker. I feel like he's the better wrestler. Carpenter might be the better submission specialist of the two. But Ulanbekov is the better overall fighter. He's the better striker. And he's the better wrestler, for sure, I would say. But we'll see. And I think Ulanbekov, like I said, with the wrestling strength advantage, he can control where the fight takes place for the most part. Maybe neutralize Carpenter to maybe like one takedown, maybe 1.5 takedowns. If there even is such a thing as a half takedown. He'll probably score like 3 takedowns of his own. On the feet, I feel like he just much longer, much sharper, much more experienced. And I think he'll be able to pick apart Clayton Carpenter on the feet. And again, dictate where the fight takes place. If he feels like it's advantageous to take it to the ground, I feel like he can. Again, not to 100% accuracy, but I think to a good clip, maybe like 50% accuracy on his takedowns, maybe 45% accuracy on his takedown. And go maybe like, get like 3 takedowns in the fight to Carpenter's 1, or maybe 4 to hit Carpenter's 1. And I see this one going the distance. As good as Ulanbekov is, and as good as his stylistic matchup seemingly is for him, it's not like Ulanbekov is like some real legit killer, or has ever really shown to be a real legit killer. He's real skilled, but he's not no particularly great finisher, and he is coming off a long layoff. And then Carpenter is also a talented fighter in his own right and has a solid submission background, solid grappling background, and solid talent in his own right. I think it's a matchup where Ulanbekov just matches up. Has his strengths are match up better with Carpenter's strength basically, and he is in a position stylistically where he's better able to take advantage of Carpenter's weaknesses. I said weaknesses. What is that? He's in a better position to take advantage of Carpenter's weaknesses than Carpenter is to take advantage of his weaknesses. So I'm going to Gary Ulanbekov to win by decision here. So in this one, I got to Gary Ulanbekov via decision. All right. Now to our next fight. We have in the lightweight division, we got Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'll go low confidence Grant Dawson to beat Diego Ferreira. I know a lot of people are high on Dawson, but it's not like that long ago we didn't see him get what he got knocked out by Bobby Green. And I think, I forget the new name. No, solid veteran. We saw him go to a split decision with him, or a draw with him, after a good start. We saw him face. So his gas tank's not consistent. He's not particularly durable. We know Ferreira has high level BJJ. I think Ferreira is tougher, more gritty than him. So Ferreira definitely has a solid chance of coming. Like, he has far more experience. Still got show that heart and desire in there. And there's a chance like he could extend Dawson and put Dawson out or rally against Dawson. But I think Dawson will fight smart, limit the striking exchanges, engage in the grappling battle, which is dangerous. Like, all of it's dangerous for Dawson because Dawson's not the greatest striker. And Ferreira, definitely not the better wrestler of the two, but probably the more dangerous, BJJ practitioner of the two, the more dangerous submission grappler. So it's going to be a dangerous matchup for Dawson. Definitely not a layup by any means for him, but Dawson does have momentum. He is the much younger fighter. He is in his prime. He has had those losses, those setbacks, and he has learned from them and has gotten stronger. I could see a potential finish for Dawson, but I'm going to say decision for Dawson. I don't think Ferreira has ever been submitted. I don't think he's been, I think, ground and pound TKO like one time, but the person he fought like has a much higher gas tank, much higher work rate than Dawson. Not to say that he's better than Dawson, but he was able to push that ground and pound. I feel like Dawson will more so go for like a controlling route, try to neutralize the submission game of Ferreira, kind of similar to what Beneil Dariush did in the grappling department. Be heavy on top, maybe get to like a half guard and not really give Ferreira too much to work with and try to really just neutralize him for the most part of this fight. Get him to the ground, maybe defend a couple of early submission attempts, and then just stay heavy on top and, again, play heavy on top, but in a defensive way, not trying to force too much unless it's there for him, and then just grind out Ferreira over 15 minutes. So in this one, I got Grant Dawson via decision. Now to our next fight. We have in the bantamweight division, we got Ricky Turcios versus Bernardo Sopaj. And how do I feel about this one right here is I'm going low confidence Bernardo Sopaj to beat Ricky Turcios. And yeah, I'm never going to go crazy confidence on a fighter. He got talent, good background, good resume. I love what that he is. But he's still fresh, fresh blood in the UFC. And he's coming off a brutal knockout loss. Just a lot of time has passed by now. He has had a good, adequate amount of time to, get his bearings back. But yeah, and also Turcios is the ultimate fighter winner as well. That's also to note in there. Turcios, like, not to be slept on by anyone, by any means. Like, he's still very live in the fight, even without this or that happening. Even with Sopaj not necessarily coming in the best momentum, Turcios, regardless, will be a tough matchup for a guy who's, again, just getting to this level. But yeah, I feel like Bernardo Sopaj, I feel like he's just the more technical striker, more composed, cleaner fighter. I feel like Turcios kind of like a wild card, like kind of all over the place, and just, the technique is there, but the way he puts it together is kind of this Tony Ferguson-esque. Maybe not to this level of Tony Ferguson, but like you kind of get like he's kind of like a free spirit out there, and his technique isn't as clean as possible can be. Where I feel like Sopaj is much tighter, much sharper. I feel like Turcios will make it competitive, make it as a tough fight, but I feel like Sopaj will be the cleaner, more effective, more efficient fighter over the 15 minutes, and that will lead to him getting a decision victory over Turcios. So in this one, I got Bernardo Sopaj via decision. Now to our next fight. We have in the bantamweight division, we got Peyton Talbott versus Raoni Barcelos. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going average confidence Peyton Talbott to beat Raoni Barcelos. The confidence could be higher, the confidence could be lower. Realistically, it should be higher. But when Raoni Barcelos locks in, he's a dangerous fighter for anyone at any level of this weight class, and maybe even up and maybe even down. Like, he's a dangerous fighter. He's very experienced, solid striking, solid combination, solid power. Again, great experience, solid wrestling, solid beater. Like, he's a skill wise and experience wise, he's a championship level fighter. But the thing is, you might be a championship level fighter against in every other league you come into, and even you might be a championship level fighter in UFC. You might go to another league and sometimes it just don't click. Like, it's not clicking for him. And the momentum not on his side. He just hasn't been able to put it together at the UFC level. Like I say, he's been getting wins out there, but he has never, he hasn't been able to, rise to the level that, he could or can. And I think that ceiling, that window is closing, if not already closed for him. But yeah, but respecting how good he is and how Talbot's still a growing boy, that's what's shifting me from, having a high or a lot confidence in one this putting that average. But yeah, Barcelos is solid everywhere. I think his chin is pretty questionable. I know Talbot is a big bantamweight he can crack, as we have seen in many fights. He's very unorthodox. And yeah, I worry about Talbot's grappling as well. Barcelos can definitely look to exploit that as well. But I just feel like Talbot, the momentum he has right now and how good he's getting with every single fight. And the fact that, again, Barcelos doesn't have the momentum. And Barcelos don't really have a good chin. And Talbot will be the bigger, younger guy with all the stuff behind him. I got to go Peyton Talbot, again, with decent confidence at average confidence here. I think Barcelos will have a little bit of success with the grappling, but I think Talbot will show growth in that area as well and limit the success he has. Maybe hold him to like maybe 1 or 2 takedowns. Maybe limit him about maybe 2 minutes and 50 seconds of control time at max. And then be able to extend those striking exchanges and catch Barcelos on the inside, probably like a short, sneaky hook. And the moment I think he catches Barcelos flush on the chin, I think Barcelos just going to be checked out of the fight. He might still be, his heart might still be in it, but his mind going to be elsewhere. He'll be trying to swing, his legs going to be Gumby, and Talbot just going to see blood in the water and just continue to pressure him, put the combinations, put the belt to butt, beat him up, and put him out of there in the second round via TKO. So, in this one, I have Peyton Talbot via second round TKO. All right. Now on to our next fight. We have in the middleweight division, we got Zach Reese versus Tsarukyan Dumas. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going average confidence Zach Reese to beat Tsarukyan Dumas. And yeah, I just really have not been impressed with Tsarukyan Dumas since he joined the UFC. I think I was a little bit impressed on his Contender Series fight. Not so impressed by his fights prior to that, but I thought he at least had a decent bit of potential to work on. But again, I have not been impressed or have not been seeing that potential. He's been barely getting by guys that, really like guys that should be cut from the UFC. Barely got past Dennis Talulin. What's the other guy he fought? There's been a couple guys he fought at this. And then he fought that Izatar brother who was like 44 years old. Barely beat him again. He's fighting guys that should be cut. And he's barely beating them. Zach Reese had like 1 fumble in the UFC, and I feel like it wasn't like a case he lost the whole fight, got picked apart for 15 minutes, or he he did make a big mistake, but it's not like he made, I guess, such a big, he got slammed KO. He should underhook the leg, but it is what it is. But I just feel like that mistake so easily replicatable. Like, the guy, he never defends arm bars, he never did this. He's been knocked out by right hooks in 4 of his 5 losses, or he's been guillotined or triangle choke 10 out of his 14 losses. Like, he hasn't really established a true track record, and I feel like he's made adjustments since that fight. He's been looking good. He's a big middleweight, and I feel like he's a much better version of Josh Frim to Dumas. Yeah, and also I feel like Dumas hasn't really shown great power. I feel like Reese is the bigger, stronger fighter, the more technical striker, packs much more power in his punches than Dumas. I think he's physically more filled out, about the same height, but much more filled out, much more power, better in the striking, better in the grappling department. And I kind of struggle to see how Dumas wins this one. So I just feel like Zach Reese is going to just be too big, too physical. Not say he's going to just completely just run him over. But yeah, I'm going to see like a second round, mid to late second round TKO for Zach Reese. Just applying that pressure gradually over the course of the fight, breaking Dumas down, not really giving him space to work behind the jab so much, maybe attacking the legs a little bit. Dumas probably shooting some ugly takedown attempts, panicking, but he don't really have good wrestling to even do that anyway. Reese been able to easily defend that, maybe threaten with submission of his own when Dumas is shooting for an ugly takedown out of panic. But nonetheless, Reese heavy pressure, but smart pressure, pushing Dumas back cracking him, breaking him down, and then ultimately achieving a mid to late second round TKO. So in this one, I have Zach Reese via second round TKO. Also submissions on the table as well for Reese, but a story for another day. Yeah, next fight we have in the bantamweight, with the women's bantamweight division, we got Rosa versus Eileen Perez. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going low confidence Eileen Perez to beat Rosa. Yeah, low confidence her to beat her. Yeah, it is what it is at the day. But I think Eileen Perez still a underdog at this point. I got her, I think, at like plus 225. I don't know if it's going down or going up. I haven't checked. But yeah, I'm going Eileen Perez, low confidence to beat Rosa. Rosa is definitely the better striker. She's definitely the more experienced fighter. But I think a fight people are missing that will at least make her probably like a much smaller favorite than she is. And that probably will shift because people will key in, because I think it's still early in the year, so people aren't really locked in yet. They aren't really doing their full research. But we can't act like she didn't lose to a washed Sarah McMahon who took her down every single round and held her down for large portions of the rounds. And she couldn't get up. Not to say that Perez is better than Sarah McMahon, but that version of Sarah McMahon was not the best Sarah McMahon. Eileen Perez, we know she has good wrestling. Maybe her cardio a little bit not the best or whatnot. But we know she can score some takedowns. And at worst, she maybe can get like one round of takedowns. You know, a strong round off the takedown in control. Maybe a weak round off takedowns in control. Like maybe like a round that's probably going to be up for grabs. And then maybe do just enough in the third round. Maybe lose that third round. And then eke out a split decision over Rosa. Or she could take her down every single round, dominate her, or take her down, break her down, and tap her out, TKO her. Those are all on the table. But it's like Perez has much more paths to victory. I don't see a submission path to Rosa. I don't see a grind out, take her down, decision path for Rosa. It kind of all comes up on the feet. Maybe like knock her out on the feet, or just break her down on the feet. But it kind of all leans to on the feet for Rosa. Perez is the more well-rounded fighter. Not to say that her striking is all that great. But again, I'll go back to that Sarah McMahon fight, and no one has really threatened her that much in the takedown department since. And I think Perez is the best wrestler grappler that she has fought since that fight, or at least the best one that hasn't beat her yet that she has fought since that fight. And I think Eileen Perez is going to continue to show growth, mixing the takedowns, grind out Rosa to a decision. I don't think it's going to be no blowout, but I do think it's going to be a clear enough decision, because the takedown and control is going to make it easier for the judges. Again, probably going to be one real strong round of control, maybe a weaker round, but maybe still clear. And then probably do just enough in the third round. Or, hey, again, I also see her just taking her down and controlling her for large portions of all three rounds and editing out a very clear decision. But, again, seeing Rosa get controlled very easily by certain men, I think Perez can follow a similar pattern and make her own adjustments and have similar success and get her hand raised just as Sarah McMahon did get her hand raised. So, yeah, in this one, I have Eileen Perez via decision. Now to our next fight, we have in the light heavyweight division, we got Johnny Walker versus Bogdan Guskov. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going, I'll go average confidence Bogdan Guskov to beat Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, I think, coming off like multiple knockout losses. He is the more well-rounded fighter. Maybe he might go back to his BJJ and that will open things up for him. But I don't think Bogdan Guskov's grappling is just so terrible that Johnny Walker will be able to just take him down and sub him without any work on the feet. And Johnny Walker is a wild card. He's like 6'9". He's like 6'6". He's a big light heavyweight, long, very athletic, extremely athletic. But chinny, some questionable striking offense, some questionable striking defense, some questionable usage of his cardio. But yeah, he is extremely talented. So he can always find that, that stroke of greatness as he did find multiple times when he first came into the UFC. But it's kind of hard to lean to that when he's coming off multiple knockout losses and not really seeing any great change in anything he does. So I'm not expecting him to make such a big, drastic change from his last couple fights to this fight, especially coming off knockout losses. And yeah, I think it's a terrible matchup for him, but we'll see. I think Bogdan Guskov will be an aggressive grappler for the most part, and I don't think Walker's going to have such a great, heavy grappling approach. He's probably going to go for it if it doesn't work, or Bogdan Guskov's able to get back to his feet. I feel like he's going to be able to go for that approach heavily for, the better part of 15 minutes, maybe for like 4 minutes up to 15 minutes at most. But yeah, I can't really see him going for that pace too much. I can't really see him try to put on such a high, heavy grappling approach. I see him kind of ultimately resorting back to who he is. And even if he does go to that approach, I feel like largely it's going to be unsuccessful, and it's going to leave him more tired, leave his chin further up because he's going to be gassed, hands at his waist, chin in the air, probably doing a couple front kicks and doing karate chops and baiting flying knees and just backing himself to the cage and probably get caught with another hook with his back in his cage and goes to sleep once again. And I see second round TKO for Bogdan Guskov. Drag walk out the first round. Whatever striking defense, footwork he got, head movement he got, whatever he got, that explosion, that energy going to be kind of going to zap as the fight goes on. He's going to be more hittable. Bogdan Guskov is going to be looking for it. He's going to find it, crack, walk with his hands down. Once again, mouth open, hands down, defense out the window. Bogdan Guskov is able to crash into him, knock him out. Second round TKO. So, in this one, I got Bogdan Guskov via second round TKO. Now to our next fight, we have in the heavyweight division, we got Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivac. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'm going average confidence Jailton Almeida to beat Sergey Spivac. I feel like Jailton Almeida is clearly the better grappler of the two. And both these men definitely fall more into the grappler department. Sergey Spivac, I think he's definitely more well-rounded. He's definitely the truer heavyweight. But yeah. It's not like he has ever really truly been a consistent lethal striker. I feel like he never has really had power in his hands on the feet at no point in his career. Now, when we look at some of the TKOs on his record, especially in the UFC, they were like takedowns in ground and pound. Like what? I think he submitted Derek Lewis. I think he TKO'd Greg Hardy on the ground. He didn't knock him on the feet. He took him down and ground and pound him. I think who was he for? I think he fought a couple people, but the TKOs that he really got in the UFC for the most part have been takedown and ground and pound TKOs. And I feel like Jailton Almeida is a much better wrestler. I think he's a much better submission grappler of the two. Again, the power has never really been there for Spivac, and I'm not expecting that to change. And it's also like Spivac is some great cardio machine. I feel like, if anything, I've seen a lot of times where Spivac has had a questionable gas tank more than he has had a decent or good gas tank. So I don't really see no big edge for Spivac in any particular area. And I think Jailton Almeida is going to be able to take him down just like he took Blaze down. Maybe it's not going to be like easy, but I feel like ultimately the outcome is going to be the same. He's going to be able to take him down, wear him down, and I'm going to say like a second round submission for Jailton Almeida. So in this one, I have Jailton Almeida via second round submission. Now to our next fight, we have in the bantamweight division, we got Rinya Nakamura versus Muin Gafurov. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'm going low confidence Rinya Nakamura to beat Muin Gafurov. And I have never been high on, as high as everyone else has been on Rinya Nakamura. I never have, and I probably never will. Solid fighter, solid talent, but I don't see him like this gold chip prospect. Like this guy is going to go all the way to the top, future champion potential. He can be. I'm not saying he can't, but do I see it? I don't see it. I'm not predicting it, not betting on it. Wouldn't bet a penny on it. But solid fighter. He should win here. A low confidence to win against Muin Gafurov. But Gafurov, in his last fight, I feel like he showed great improvement. Saw much more comfortability, saw growth. So he could definitely make this more dangerous. I feel like he's more versatile than Nakamura. I feel like Nakamura just loads him on big punches and uses athleticism a lot. Big takedowns. Not really the greatest control. Especially as he goes on, he got to work on that. Got to work on picking the shots a little bit better and conserving energy. Like every shot don't need to be big. But I say he'll be the winner. I think he's the bigger, more technical grappler. He does got power that Gafurov has to respect. And I think he can touch Gafurov with that power a little bit, make him respect it, mix in the takedowns, blend that together. And also probably, it's not like he's fully is who he is. I think he can make improvements. Is Gafurov made improvement? I think Nakamura will be better. Is he the best he's ever been in this fight? So expect him to make improvements, be better than he ever was. And on top of already having that power, already on top of having that size advantage, on top of having that grappling advantage, yeah, I think he can keep Gafurov honest with his power, his explosive athleticism, mixing the takedowns, and grind out the decision over Muin Gafurov. I think it's going to be a good competitive scrap. Gafurov definitely going to push him. Probably going to be his hard. In fact, I think he will be his hardest fight to date in the UFC. But I think Nakamura will be able to overcome it. And again, his size, his strength, his athleticism, his power, and the grappling advantage, I think he'll be able to use all those things to edge a victory over Gafurov and get some much needed experience. And yeah, before he goes on to the next level. But yeah, in this one, I got Rinya Nakamura via decision. Now to our next fight, we have in the lightweight division, we got Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'm going Renato Moicano low confidence, not low confidence. I'm going Renato Moicano average confidence to beat Beneil Dariush. Yeah, I'm not going higher lock with Renato Moicano. This really could be a higher lock position, given how Dariush is clearly downtrending. He's like up there in age, riding, trending downwards, coming off like what 2 knockout losses. His confidence clearly ain't there. He's clearly talking about retiring if he don't win this one. We don't even know if he's gonna make this fight, but I'll go average. Cause it's not like it wasn't too long ago that Renato Moicano lost to RDA and got beat from pillar to post for like 5 rounds or 4 rounds against a washed RDA. So anything could happen, but I think Moicano got this one. I think he's locked in. I think he's more motivated than ever. He's the larger man. I think he's a much more durable man of the two. And he definitely has shown that. But Dariush has a career-long history of having a glass chin. And I think, given the fact that he's been rocked in a lot of these fights and knocked out in a lot of these fights, I think his chin will be even more glass. Renato Moicano with his side length and power. And also with his grappling, I think he'll be able to address the grappling Dariush, maybe mixing his own grappling. And that probably will allow him to help get Dariush's hands even lower. Then probably catch him with like a straight, or just catch him walking into a jab, drop him, fall him to the mat, drop some ground. I'm going to say club and sub. First round club and sub for Renato Moicano. I think he either walks from the jab or sets him up with the two, tags Dariush right on the chin. Dariush's knees turn to butter. Moicano follows on the ground, starts dropping ground and pound him. Dariush tries to scramble, and then Moicano either takes his back, snaps up a choke. Either way, it's going up with him snapping up a choke after clubbing him, and then it's going to lead to a subbing of him. So club and sub first round for Renato Moicano. So in this one, I have Renato Moicano via first round submission. Now to our next fight, we have in the middleweight division, we got Kevin Holland versus Reinier de Ridder. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going low confidence Reinier de Ridder to beat Kevin Holland. In reality, I feel like this is a fight Kevin Holland should win. And in his last fight, it was a fight Kevin Holland should win. But looking at the history of the stats of it, Kevin Holland has not historically done well with grapplers over his career. At welterweight, middleweight, whatever it may be, he has not historically done well with grapplers. He finds a way to lose to grapplers. He might got like 2 or 3 wins against grapplers, but he got like 7 losses to grapplers. So, yeah, the record's just not that good with grapplers. And it seems like he finds a way to lose to grapplers. But yeah, he's the much better overall fighter, but we don't know where his mental is at. We don't know where this is at. But it clearly is a trend of him losing to grapplers. And Reinier de Ridder is definitely a high-level grappler. Striking may be wonky, but hey, he was dropping and hurting Gerard Marchard. It might not be pretty, but it was effective. I think Holland's a much better striker than Gerard Marchard, but ultimately I feel like Holland's going to choke on it, choke on the goose egg yet again. Probably gonna be looking good. They're probably gonna get a little bit too cocky. Probably start walking over his punches, and Reinier de Ridder's gonna capitalize, find a way to drag him to the mat, and either tap him out or grind him out. I'll say he's gonna tap him out. Maybe like I'm gonna say second round submission. Probably like a goofy, wonky fight, a Dricus Duplessis type fight. Holland looking good, slips on the banana peel, chokes on the goose egg. Reinier de Ridder gets him to the ground, and starts dropping good ground and pound, bust him up, take his back, choke him out. Second round submission. So in this one, matter of fact, he might even club him and something. Might even catch him like some goofy hook or something, goofy overhand, goofy jab, something. I just feel like something goofy gonna happen. Holland has a bad track record with grapplers. He's gonna get to the mat, and de Ridder's gonna tap him out. So in this one, I have Reinier de Ridder via second round submission. Now to our next fight, we have in the light heavyweight division, we got former light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka versus former light heavyweight champion Jamal Hill colliding in the light heavyweight division on this card. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going low confidence Jamal Hill to beat Jiri Prochazka. Both these guys are strikers. Both these guys aren't going to really go for too many takedowns. Prochazka might try to go for one. I feel like Jamal Hill never going to go for a takedown. But we'll see. Maybe they'll both surprise me. Especially Hill. It'll be especially surprising if Hill went for a takedown. But yeah, I think they're both going to strike. Very little to no takedown attempts at all on both sides. But I just feel like Jamal Hill is the cleaner striker of the two. I feel like Prochazka just does not improve his defense at all. It has been a problem for him since the beginning of his career. He just kind of just hangs his chin out there, low arms. I think Jamal Hill could catch him with overhands, catch him down the pipe, catch him with hooks. He had so many arsenals he could catch him with. Probably catch him with like a high kick, pop him up with a jab as well. Pop him with the jab, catch him with the check hook. Catch him with the lead straight. And just be popping Prochazka's head back. Prochazka's going to be tough, but I think Jamal Hill's just going to be too sharp, too fast, too quick, and too precise for Prochazka, who, again, begs you to hit him. And Jamal Hill's going to hit him right on the button, on the chin, the tip of his chin. right on his temple, and it's really break Prochazka down. And I'm gonna say like a second round TKO for Jamal Hill, just taking advantage of all Prochazka's openings and put him away in the second round. So in this one, I have Jamal Hill via second round TKO. Now to our co-main event, we have in the bantamweight division for the undisputed UFC bantamweight championship. We got reigning champion Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going average confidence Umar Nurmagomedov to beat Merab Dvalishvili and be in new. Both of these guys are great fighters, but it seemed like everything is moving in Umar's way. It might seem like kind of crazy because Merab won the belt, defended the, well, he didn't defend, he just won the belt, but like on a great streak and all. But Merab is getting up there in age. I think he's kind of getting to that 35 mark, or he's already at that 35 mark. Umar is, I think, maybe at 30, 20. I'm not going to get all into it, but I know he's either late 20s or very, very early 30s. So he's like smack dab in his prime. He's the better overall fighter. Merab definitely has better gas tank, but I feel like Umar is a much more skilled striker. He's a much more skilled grappler. Only I'll probably say Merab does, he has a higher pace. He's tougher and has a bigger heart. And probably more power consistently in his fist. That's about it. And also more experience. But I feel like Umar will be able to neutralize all those things, be able to address the grappling, maybe even be able to turn some of Rob's grappling tips on him, take his back, and control him in portions around and break him down. And on the feet, I think he'll be too quick, too sharp, too technical. He'll be jabbing with his feet, kicks to the body, kicks to the leg, jab his face up, bust his face up, probably catch with some stepping knees, flying knees, and just be just too diverse, too quick, too young in his prime, and just have all the answers for what Dvalishvili is bringing. And really, in reality, that is literally what Umar trains. Maybe not to that level or to that pace, especially the pace of what Dvalishvili brings, but as far as his general template of a fighter he brings, he fights a lot of guys and trains with a lot of guys that bring exactly what Dvalishvili brings. And maybe at a higher skill, but not the same pace that Dvalishvili brings. But I feel like the Corey Sandhagen fight said a lot. He beat Corey Sandhagen, a striker, for 25 minutes, and probably 20, if not like 23 minutes of that fight was striking. And he outstruck Corey Sandhagen over the course of the fight. And now he'll give Dvalishvili a wrinkle that he hasn't really had in a long time. A fighter that's going to be trying to take him down as well. So Umar is going to be a mix-up with him everywhere, and I think he's going to be able to beat him everywhere. And ultimately, I think he's going to break Dvalishvili down and get a third round submission, probably by a rear naked choke over Merab Dvalishvili. So in this one, I have Umar Nurmagomedov via third round submission. Now to our main event, we have in the lightweight division, we have for the undisputed UFC lightweight championship, we have a rematch, Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan 2. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going average confidence, Islam Makhachev to beat Arman Tsarukyan again. And Arman is a great talent, but the issue with me here, I just feel like, what does Arman bring that you could say he's better at than Islam Makhachev? Does he really have more power? Not really. Has he fared better against the same level of competition? Not really. Is he faster? Is he this? Is he that? Like, where is he better at? Like, is he the better striker? Is he quicker? Is he stronger? Is he the better wrestler? Is he the better submission specialist? I just feel like Islam Makhachev is taller, he's longer, already has a win over him. The better striker, the better grappler, better wrestler, better submission specialist. Maybe Tsarukyan has better scrambles. But yeah, I feel like Makhachev can win this fight purely on the feet. He can win this fight purely in the grappling department. But I do think Arman Tsarukyan is tough. I think he's game, but based off his last performance, I can't act like I'm so like, oh, this guy has such a good chance. Probably, well, I'm not going to say it. I just feel like, as good as he is, I feel like the fact that he just pretty much, just matches up so well with Makhachev, but doesn't exceed him in any particular area, it just actually gives him a less chance than some people that are more one-dimensional. Like, there's probably some strikers, like, they probably have more chance to get washed by Makhachev, but they also probably have more chance to catch Makhachev. Like, oh, I caught him with a flying knee. I caught him with an uppercut. I caught him with like a check hook or something to knock Makhachev out. But like Tsarukyan, like, his boxing's not really that good. I know he tried to bring in a boxing coach, but I'm not going to expect no big changes in just one camp. He's more of like a karate in and out guy, not a big combination puncher. Not a good inside worker. Kind of like, again, in and out, bunch of kicks, good scrambler. But again, Makhachev can do all these things. He's not really in and out fighter, but Makhachev has better combination. He has better fundamental boxing. And yeah, this ultimately comes down to like Tsarukyan's going to give him good work for probably the whole course of that 25 minutes. Probably be competitive, probably going to take some round. But ultimately, he just doesn't have, in my opinion, he just does not have that edge in any particular area for him to actually win a fight. So he'll give him a good fight, it'll be a fun fight. Definitely probably, on paper and in the cage be his biggest test to date, probably for Makhachev. But again, just don't have that intangible, that other feature that makes him stand out that will give him a chance to win the fight. So I just see Makhachev just being a step or two ahead the whole fight. Arman, giving good work. Arman scrambling well, defending his submissions well, pushing a good pace. But Makhachev just, again, meeting him and besting him everywhere over the course of that 25 minutes and beating him by decision yet again. So in this one, I have Islam Makhachev via decision. And that concludes my fight predictions for the full card of fights for UFC 311, Makhachev versus Yakarin 2. So let me say it again. Makhachev versus Yakarin 2. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. And emphasis on like, comment, and subscribe. Emphasis. The likes are free. Hit that like button and come back for more videos. Yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, and come back for more videos. Peace out.